Feelings, all I ever feelings. For those electric shock gloves that the Ice Capades are going to get with their $20 million budget or whatever it is. But then I heard another story as I was pecking around the internet that the Omaha, Nebraska school system gave their on-campus resource officers shock gloves to be used against the kids when necessary. Apparently there were two moments. One was when a neighboring high school kid was trespassing on campus, wouldn't listen, so they grabbed him and shocked him. And then another incident where they were in a special ed class for what sounded like emotionally disturbed kids who tend to throw things and get physically violent. So they grabbed that kid with the shock gloves for only, 5 seconds or so. No big deal. And apparently the tasers shock your whole body, whereas the gloves shock right where they're touching. So no big deal. That's a good thing. And apparently the city council approved that to give all the officers the gloves, including the ones on campus. And the member of the school board said, I knew nothing about that. This is shocking to me. Which is similar, but not quite. I mean, it's weird in the same instance that the school officers are actually armed. Like, they're kitted out. They have got the tasers, they got the gun, they got the whole thing. Although I think they do have pink handcuffs to drop the stigma a little bit when kids come on campus with weapons and they have to be handcuffed off. Give them a little break. Oh, gigantic truck. What is this guy doing? He's going up a road where there is no space for semis, and there's no reason for him to go that direction. I wish him well, or those behind him. Yeah, the campus officers are armed, which is weird, especially the one that's associated with the military base is an MP with an M16. Fully kitted out, camo and everything, which would be mildly intimidating, I would think. But this is parallel to a while back, right when I first started teaching. And one of the teachers owned a gun shop. And I think it was the national conversation was, yeah, we should arm our teachers due to all these shootings. Which is the dumbest idea anybody's ever come up with. Besides putting like shrimp and jello, one of those 1950s Betty Crocker dishes that somehow made it off the cutting board. With tuna, I think. Tuna, shrimp, and jello. With some of that like lettuce underneath to really spice it up a bit. Anyway, I remember the Daily Show came up with it right around the same time. Was a scenario where you do an active shooting seminar, but you do it with paintballs. And so all these teachers were going, yeah, no, that's a good idea. We should arm the teachers. So I said we should do a scenario with the paint guns. And nobody wanted to do it. I think it would have been a lot of fun. But then I talked to a retired officer who also said it was a dumb idea. Because if you got concealed carry, you got a gun on you at all times. What happens if a kid goes nuts and grabs your gun? Or if you have it unlocked, what good does it do? Because you got to unlock it if a scenario happens. Or if it's in your classroom, somebody grabs it out of your drawer. It's just a bad idea all the way around. It's like, did nobody think that out before they spoke out loud? And the electric gloves, that's a development, isn't it? Like, that's close quarter combat. You're planning on grappling with somebody when you have those on. There is no other option for those. You're not like, well, maybe I'll use them. No, you put those on, you're gonna grab somebody. That's not like a maybe thing. This might be a short one, but maybe there'll be a coincidence on campus, which tends to happen. Like when you talk about like seared ahi at home, and then you watch a show and they talk about raw fish. What are the chances? I mean, come on. That's a teachable moment, isn't it? And there's also the training. Like, if you have armed teachers, you got to train them. And what is the district going to pay them? Were they going to give them the stipend, the 6-hour stipend to go get trained to shoot a gun? Who's going to do that? You can't just, I mean, you don't need a knowledge of a gun to have it concealed. You just have to have a permit and be legal. So you can have a gun on you and not know how to use it. That sounds safe. Bunch of teachers running around all mad with guns. No, not a good plan. I know the conversation kind of died, so that's an old one. But the concept is still there. And now the active shooter scenario is still in the delivery when, you know, you're starting out the school year. Kinda. They've kind of dropped a little bit because the incidents have been less, so we don't talk about it anymore. But when the officers come in on what we should do, or it's like you run first, and then you hide, and then, if necessary, you grab a fire extinguisher and knock the guy upside the forehead. There we go. We're all set. If you have a fire extinguisher, you are set. Do not worry.